Hello, welcome to Elevate with Brigitte. I am your host, Brigitte Adofre Japan. Thank you for tuning into this show. I appreciate your support and love. May is the last month of season 2 of this show. Soon the door will be closed for this season and open for season 3, which will commence in July. During this short or long-term break, I will be delighted if you continue to play and listen to the episodes of this show. Don't wait for another season to start before you continue to play or listen to the episode. Continue consuming the content and learn more about your personal development and business. All the newbies of this show, Elevate with Brigitte, is all about bringing you messages of hope, messages to inspire and elevate you to greatness. I, the host, believe that our dreams can come true no matter what. It's my mandate to help you use your purpose and grow your mental state and business. Well, that's Elevate for you. In view of one episode ahead of this season, which we will be climaxing next week, I would like you to send all your questions and opinion regarding this show. I also like to give you an announcement that Elevate with Brigitte is now on Stitcher and Radio Public. Don't forget to rate this show and write a review on Audible. Well, in today's episode is all about writing emotionally as an author and why it is important in your writing journey. Let me ask you this. When you pick a book you admire, what attached you to the book? I know with these answers, most listeners will say the cover or the author's name. Yes, the cover. It's cool to buy a book using the cover, which comprises of the title. The title. Mostly, most books have 2 subtitles. Like my book, Win You, it has 2 subtitles. It is cool to select those book that we attach because of titles or cover, because there is a popular saying, don't judge a book by its cover. But when it comes to book, it doesn't work on that, because readers or targeted audience do judge book by its cover. Whatsoever reason you bought a book for, whether the cover or even the book description or the author's name, you are right. What pushes you to recommend this book to your network circles, that's your friends or loved ones? I guess the content, right? Yes, the content. You are very touching when the author expresses him or herself with the message, the style, and how the content moves in line with the title. Have you ever bought a book when you check the cover of the book that the title is different from the content? Have you ever experienced that before? Well, I haven't experienced that before, because I know there are some books they have the title is different from the content. But don't worry, we are not going to talk about this today. With this, you are able to recommend the book to your network because you like the message inside the book, because the message moves in line with your personal life and a lot more. And also the message moves by the tips and advice given to you by the author, makes the book amazing, right? Yeah. When you buy a book and the title is far different from the content, it's really pissed off. Like you even throw the book away. Feel I've wasted my time, energy, and money on this book. Since you want to write a book, or you are already an author planning to write a different book, there is a need to write emotionally. The secret to write impactful and best-selling book is to write emotionally, because the energy to write brings out the best in you. When you pick Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there is a reason for it selling over 120 million copies worldwide. The content and the styles also count, because it is filled with story like structures and story-like content that can move you to think that, oh, this is really for me. I think the author is speaking into my life, or the author has something relating in my life. So there are reasons why these are important, because you bring out the energy inside of you. It brings out the energy inside of you. You feel you have to bring it all because you are writing emotionally. You are relating yourself to the message in the book so that the reader can enjoy it and impact his or her life. The reason why this is also important is that it makes the book relatable. Yeah, it makes the book relatable. When you pick any non-fiction book, the reason why most people buy non-fiction book is to solve a problem. And when you explain certain things in the book, or you write certain things to advise the reader, and you are not relatable, it isn't good. It's like reading something which has no direction, which has no focal point to attach to. Another reason why when you write emotionally, readers will understand you and communicate with you, because you are speaking directly to them. Since you know when you are writing a book, you have to do a digestion of your reader avatar or your target audience. You have to digest them and know what's their problem, the promise you are giving to them, the pain they are experiencing. All these things, when you focus on it and you write it out of your being, the energy in you flow it onto the paper or onto the Word document or any other software that you are using. It makes them understand you that, oh, this is for me. The author is really speaking into my life. The author is talking about my experience, the bad experience I am encountering. The author has it all. Oh, I love this book. So the reader will be really attached to the book and also other chapters inside the book. So when the reader picks chapter 1, chapter 2 and reads, and it sees that it is relatable and it makes it understandable and clear, the reader will continue to read the book. And also you will get a fan base anytime you bring a book out, since you write emotionally and you write to communicate with them very well. They are always attached to you. Also, another reason why you have to write emotionally is you become trustworthy person, because they know that you are not lying. You have experienced that problem they also are facing in life. So they trust you, and also it grows your brand, because one aspect an author can grow his brand is the style of writing, the content inside the book. So the brand, you create a brand which readers will identify you that this book is from Brigitte, this book is from you. So when you write emotionally, you can use it as your marketing strategy, as your brand identification, and also lastly, it serves as a therapy for you. When you are writing a non-fiction book, it's more about sharing your experiences. And sometimes when you are writing, you feel very difficult to share your pain, share your problem to the world. So when you write, it serves as an emotional therapy to gush out all the bad feeling, all the hate, all the problem that you are facing. You gush it out. And also when you write, apart from you advising readers, you are also learning. As for me, any topic that I bring and I experience, though I share my tips, I share my advice, I also learn more and more out of each book topic that I write to readers. I have also realized that most non-fiction book, unless it's a creative or narrative non-fiction, which is such as memoir and narrative non-fiction, its message is to transform and advise people in a form of story. And with memoir, they use theme. You cannot write your whole life in a memoir. You can pick it. And let's say in your life you have experienced certain, let's say depression. You can, instead of speaking or writing something about your whole life, you can write something related to your depression topic or abuse topic. Yeah. So when we pick narrative nonfiction, it's all about sharing advice but in the form of story. The other nonfiction books, self-help, business books, are moving to conversational style of writing because it works. It really works. I use that style. A lot of books that I've read now, I see that they are using that style of writing because it makes the book relatable. It makes the book communicate really well to the audience or to the reader. And also, this style makes people believe that it is a good, the author has experienced this thing and it is a good book to enjoy and share with others. Even books that provide theological evidence or academic evidence have moved to this style of style. So people are shifting. This is a new trend, a trend in the writing industry. People are writing conversationally. Before we proceed to how to write emotionally, I want to share this. One success story of most of the best-selling nonfiction is storytelling. And if you are no fan of fiction, then I tell you, you have to start reading fiction, because with fiction there is one rule, which is show but don't tell. So instead of saying happy, you can express even in the facial expression of the person as the person is happy, and makes you communicate with them really, really well. Well, let's go to how to write emotionally. How are you going to write emotionally? First of all, see yourself as a reader, not an author. Yeah, I remember when I was writing Win You, though I saw myself as an author, I saw myself as a reader too. So I write as an author without bringing too much of I. Sometimes readers don't focus on you per se, but the message you have for them. So if you are writing a book and you focus too much on the I, unless it's something related to your story, your whole life, then the I is alright. But when you are writing a book and you bring so much of I, the I did this, I did that, though the book is not something about a memoir or something like that, then I won't advise you to do it. Usually I put myself into the shoes. So if I'm a reader, what I am bringing to readers, do I like it? If I like it, then it is nice. If I don't, then I have to change it, because this makes you put yourself into the reader's shoe and know, because you understand their pain, their joy. One thing is, apart from targeting your readers, what they need, a problem you have to solve, you have to know their pain, what they are going through in facing that challenge, and put yourself into their shoes and write out of your being. Let the energy flow out of you. Be inspired and let the information also flow to you. I know you have heard of this countless times, that target audience. In order to write emotionally, you need to find more of the emotional status of your target audience. How are they feeling? Are they happy? Are they sad? What is their reaction with the problem? As I said in the first point, that you have to put yourself into the reader's shoe. What is their feeling? What's their experience? Let the emotion move in line with whatever you want to tell your audience. Understand their emotional status. Know their fears and how they are feeling. Also assess yourself. Assess whether you also like the book. If you are reading, will you love it? If you love it, then it is a good emotional flow that you are giving to your audience. And also, after you have written the book, a beta reader can also help you to assess all your pain points, all your arguments, and also be consistent throughout the book. In any story either your story or someone else's story, quotes, activity that you want to add inside the book. You have to be consistent. One secret in writing emotionally is to be consistent, and consistency can also be a brand for you. I bet you all the tips that I'm giving in this episode can help you to write an impactful book that will be a bestseller. People will love your book. Send all your questions to the episode in the show notes, the email in the episode in the show notes. Okay, Elevate with Brigitte show now has a merch shop, which you love. If you love to rep any of the products, we have t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, slides, stickers, mug, and I'm providing 5% discount of the original price to all my fans around the world. It's a short time and it will end in June. If you want me to help you to write more, feel free to send an email. I'll leave the email in my show notes. We'll be starting a 7-day writing challenge in July. That's when season 3 starts. And if you want to see your best-selling book, I'll stay clue, and you will be communicated very, very soon. When we start season 3, you'll be communicated. Well, let's write emotionally, my dear author. I am also going to make sure that I write more emotionally. More of my books will have content of emotional status or emotional flow to my audience. Don't forget to share this to your friends and loved ones. When you share any information, you gain more, because successful people interbreed wisdom, knowledge, and love. Stay blessed, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.